More veterans live in California than in any other state, with many, of course, living here in San Diego. They face many challenges in life, including being more at risk of memory issues and dementia than others. The Alzheimer's Foundation of America wants to help and has a free webinar tomorrow to spread the word. I had the chance to chat with their Director of Education and Social Services ahead of the event. Jennifer Reeder with the Alzheimer's Foundation of America, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You have a webinar coming up this week that is aimed at veterans specifically. Why is this such an important topic?
You know, we feel that historically there hasn't been enough attention to veterans and the experience that veterans have, especially those who have been in war. And, you know, more and more research is finding that there is a bidirectional relationship between PTSD and dementia. And this has so much to do with what chronic stress and untreated trauma can do to the brain. And it can therefore make it a whole lot more vulnerable to dementia. So, you know, we want to be able to raise awareness to the populations that are more at risk of developing dementia in their lives. And one of those populations are veterans.
One thing that we know about Alzheimer's and other dementias, there seems to be a relationship between brain injuries and higher frequency of Alzheimer's disease. And we see this a lot in our veterans.
War veterans who have not only been a prisoner of war, but also experienced a traumatic brain injury, they're even at a higher risk of developing dementia later in life. And this is all, you know, as I mentioned before, about what trauma does to the brain, in addition to what a traumatic brain injury does to the brain. And, you know, what they're seeing as well with trauma is that the parts of the brain that are damaged are also the parts of the brain that Alzheimer's disease tends to first damage.
What are some of the particular challenges of reaching the veterans community?
Yeah, you know, there's for a very long time, there's been a stigma that's attached to mental illness, just as there's a stigma attached to dementia. And, you know, I think that veterans have always had this experience that they need to stay tough. They need to always be okay. They can't ever ask for help or ask for support because that shows weakness. But what we're trying to do is, when raising awareness, is also helping veterans realize the empowerment that they can have if they do receive that diagnosis, and what they can do to be able to plan for their future.
How important is this for you as an organization to reach out specific to the military? How important is that mission specifically?
It's incredibly important. You know, we have men and women who have served our country, and we want to be able to show support. You know, I think a lot of veterans have experienced coming home and not receiving that support from their communities. So, you know, we want to rectify that and to be there for individuals who may need that kind of support that we can provide.
Jennifer Reeder with the Alzheimer's Foundation of America, thanks for spending some time with us. Thanks for getting out this message.
Thank you so much.
All right, and that webinar is tomorrow. It's aimed at California veterans. Alzheimer's Foundation of America is hosting it. It is alzfdn.org. It is at 11 o'clock tomorrow. There are more than 1.5 million veterans in the state of California, and San Diego is the county with the most.
And helping our veterans is such an important cause. But is there any chance people that just need to know more about the organization or getting some help for Alzheimer's can attend?
You know, a lot of times loved ones, family members notice changes first, and they're welcome to take this seminar on their own, learn about some warning signs, maybe ways they can get some information to get some help for their loved one, their veteran, who may be dealing with some cognitive issues at this point.
This has been hugely important for your family.
Oh, it is, absolutely. It's very personal, but this military community here we serve in San Diego, we want them to get all the help they need.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.